From music to silence, inner silence. This is the aim of Himanshu Nanda's music. Himanshu is a leading Hindustani classical flute player, a noted senior disciple of legendary flute maestro Pandit Hariprasad Chaurasia. He's accompanied the maestro in various performances, sharing the stage with artists like Fazal Qureshi, George Brooks and Shiva Mani. He's also accompanied great dancers like Pandit Birju Maharaj, Sitara Devi and Darshana Jhaveri. Himanshu is currently director music of Chinmaya Naada Bindu, a gurukul for performing arts in Kolvan near Pune. Himanshu Nanda is on Art Talk with me, Jujhar Singh, to talk about and demonstrate the spiritual dimensions of music. Himanshu ji, very nice to have you on the show. Thank you very much for joining us on Art Talk.
Thank you for calling.
The aim of music, at least our classical music, is to reach silence. How does music lead to silence?
As I feel, when a musician practices, and when the practice itself gets its maturity, it gives the inner peace. It brings out that happiness, and that happiness leads to silence.
And that can happen to a listener as well.
Of course, yes. When a musician is playing or performing, that inner silence radiates out through his music.
So classical music calms the mind, and if you really get into it, you can totally quieten the mind.
Yes, very much.
And a quiet, silent mind is fit for contemplation and meditation.
Of course, yes. That is what required. You know, I'll tell you a beautiful story of my life. When I came to Pandit Hariprasad Chaurasia ji and I was practicing, there's a specific aspect of music in our style called the Jod, and it was going off my head. I was struggling a lot, and I asked Guruji, Guruji, this is not happening. And he said one word, meditate. After that, I understood what is meditation in music. And I started practicing, and someday I felt, okay, it's coming to me now. That is how our music is.
When you play your flute, what happens to your mind?
Initially, when I practice, it wanders here and there, because the mind is from the world itself. But when music comes slowly, all the wandering minds, it comes down and merges into the music itself. That is what happens, not to me, but almost I feel to the every musicians who are deep into practice. So this is a medium to bringing the mind to a single point. This is an art developed by our saints, how to bring there is a beautiful saying in the Sanskrit, Kaya, Mana and Vacha. It has to be aligned in one direction, unidirection. So when we are practicing or performing anything, whatever it is coming out from the flute, what is going on inside our mind, and the fingers, the body, everything has to be aligned in one direction. Then out the perfection comes. So this is what music and meditation, music and contemplation means.
So music is a sadhana or spiritual practice for you?
Music and spirituality, they goes together. And what is spirituality in music? That I am not playing, I am not performing. Yes, I am just a medium, and it is happening. If that sense comes to a musician, then the music, it changes, the dimension changes. It becomes very different.
The flute player who's playing through you.
Yes, that is how it is.
We'd love to hear a piece, something that can give us a glimpse of this quietude while you're playing the flute.
Sure.
music leads to silence. Thank you very much. Himanshu ji, let's talk about your style of flute playing now. You choose a rag and then you play the early and middle parts, the alap and jor and Dhrupad style. What exactly is the Dhrupad style of classical music?
Dhrupad style is a very ancient form of Indian classical music. And in our gharana, Pandit Hariprasad Chaurasia ji's Mahiyar gharana, Guruji has developed a very specific way of bringing that Dhrupad style into the bansuri.
But the Dhrupad style is an old, austere, meditative style of music.
Yes, yes. I'll demonstrate a little bit. So I'll choose a raga. It is a very familiar raga, Raga Yaman. So I'll develop a little alap followed by a short jod. So the first part, the alap, and the middle part, the jod, is the improvisation. You know, the improvisation in Hindustani classical music is something really, really amazing. You take few swaras and you go on developing, it never ends. There's so much permutation and combinations are there. This is how we develop the alap. Then when it comes to the jod section, it's a rhythmic improvisation.
The middle section.
The middle section.
Yes.
You will feel the rhythm when I'm playing. You go on improvising. I have just taken 2-3 swaras, and you can do improvisation how much you want.
This is the amazing thing about classical music.
About our classical music.
But let me just ask you, Dhrupad style, one of the things you do a lot in Dhrupad style is play gamaks. Now what exactly are gamaks and why do you use them so much in Dhrupad?
Because that roundness in the music comes only by the gamak. You know, I can demonstrate.
If you can quickly explain what is a gamak.
Example, I have to show 2 different things so that you can identify how it sounds when it is not gamak and how it sounds with gamak.
Yeah.
So, say. Now with gamak. This is how gamak happens in Bansuri.
It's a forceful oscillation between notes.
Yes, yes.
What does it do for Dhrupad style though?
This is the application. This gamak is applicable in Dhrupad style, more into gamak.
It makes it more serious,
More serious
intense,
intense kind
more
of
focused,
music. Yes.
which is what Dhrupad is all about.
Yes, yes, yes. The heaviness in the music, the depth in the music comes through the gamaka.
The other element of your flute playing is that you play the gatkari or instrumental style of playing the instrument rather than gaiki, which is the vocal way of playing an instrument.
Right, right. The difference between the style of music by Pannalal Ghoshji and Pandit Hariprasad Chaurasia ji. Pannalal ji used to play the gaiki anga, and my Guruji Pandit Hariprasad Chaurasia ji, he bring it to the gatkari anga. Although he transformed the flute playing, the gaiki style still existed in Panditji's Hariprasad ji's music.
What's the difference? Wondering if you can show us,
Yeah.
please.
What the music which we play is like, I'm playing a gat in Rag Yaman. This is the gatkari style.
Yeah.
And
Which is your style, but the same thing, a few phrases, how it sounds in gaiki style, the singing style of playing an instrument.
if you play Rag Yaman, there is a very common composition, Eri Ali Piya Vina. Everybody knows and everybody plays.
It's like you're singing through the flute.
You are singing through the flute. So when it's a blend, our style is blend of a singing style and also a gatkari style, of an instrumental style.
But generally speaking, when you play the early and middle parts of a rag, the alap and jor, you're using dhrupad, you're using gatkari. Himanshu ji, let's talk about the technique with which you play the flute. Specifically, the blowing, tonguing and fingering techniques which you've inherited from your guru, Pandit Hariprasad Chaurasia ji. Let's talk about the blowing now. What's the special blowing technique?
The beauty of our tradition is Guruji's, the blow, which when he blows something, then it reaches to the heart. And what is the technique? How to practice that technique? So you take your flute, and we believe that the adhara swara is the sa. The sa, when you practice sa continuously for hours together, it gives you that boldness, the heaviness and the depth, the sound, it enriches your sound. And also at the same time, you understand how to produce the sound in the bamboo flute. So to blow, it's not like how much you can control. This practice we have to do, and it's not just for a few minutes, it's are together for months and years. Then you get hold of that, that sound, you understand the sound.
When Hariji was on our talk, he said, when the blowing is beautiful, the sound will be beautiful.
Exactly, yes.
Second, the tonguing technique now. What is the tonguing technique you use?
Oh, that is like, you know, that is like so much fascinating for me and also for the audience. They always look for this tonguing technique. And it's fun. Sometimes it's fun. So, this is what the tonguing techniques. But
what are you doing which we can't see?
What is happening inside, you can't see.
And what is happening inside?
It's the tongue constantly moving.
It's fantastic. And let's talk about the third technique over here, the fingering technique.
Mostly what I felt the very convenient for me and almost all Guruji's disciples, they follow the same finger techniques, like holding the flute like this, and you know, this finger, these 3 fingers we use, and these 3 fingers we use, and holding it on the middle, and the tip, and here also on the holding middle and tip, we do it like this. This is what the fingering technique.
Himanshu ji, you're now the director music of Chinmaya Naada Bindu, Chinmaya Mission's gurukul for the performing arts near Pune. What is the work that Chinmaya Naada Bindu is doing?
As you are aware that Chinmaya Mission is working for education and to propagate, promote and preserve the Indian performing arts, this concept of building a gurukul has started, and we teach students there in the Gurukula Parampara. A place where it is surrounded by mountain ranges, Sahyadri mountain ranges, and an ideal place to contemplate. Sometimes your phone doesn't work there and you do not have any other option. They're away from the city. And there, the students, they come, even the teachers, they just focus on their practice. And because the spiritual background of my association with Chinmaya Mission, we try to imbibe that spiritual aspect in our students. And mostly with us also, practicing music is not just a means for earning bread and butter, but it's a sadhana where you can go inside, discover yourself. And the perfect blend of spirituality and music happens in Chinmaya Naada Bindu.
It's absolutely fantastic. Himanshu ji, let's take a little break. When we come back, we'll talk about your discovery of a new raga, Rag Samahit. And we'd love to hear a little bit as well.
Sure.
One of the most talented flute players, Himanshu Nanda, is on our talk. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're watching Our Talk with me, Jujhar Singh. One of the finest flute players in the country, Himanshu Nanda, is with us. Himanshu ji, you've discovered a Rag Samahit. How did that happen?
Well, one day I was practicing Rag Desh when I was in the Gurukulam with Hariji. And suddenly the Tibra Madhyam entered into the practice. Then I said, wow, this looking nice, this sounding nice. Then I started working on that.
A note which is actually not part of
it's not there in Rag Desh. And then suddenly, I started discovering that why this Tibra Madhyam came to Rag Desh. Then it happened the previous night I had practiced Rag Saraswati. Then this came to my mind that, wow, what's a beautiful combination of Rag Desh and Rag Saraswati. And then so many beautiful thoughts come to my mind that Desh is from the North Indian tradition and Rag Saraswati is from the South Indian tradition. And both the rags are very dear to me. Now a time has come to combine both together. And also this thought came to my mind, this also brings the two traditions together, you know, because the Bharat has, you know, such amazing music tradition, although it is different, but the soul is the same. It's the culture of our nation. So this thought came to my mind and I felt so happy inside, and I started exploring the raga. And in the year 2010, I performed this raga before my spiritual Guruji, Swami Tejomayanandji from Chinmaya Mission, and I requested him to name this raga, and he named it as Samahita. I also played this for Hariprasadji, my Guruji, and he said, it's nice. He has a beautiful way of saying it. So I got his blessings also.
Well, it'd be wonderful if we can leave our viewers at Rag Samahit.
Sure, of course, yes.
Himanshu ji, thank you very much for joining us on our talk.
Thank you, Jujhar ji. Thank you very much for inviting me. It's an honor to share my music, my musical journey with you and with the viewers.
It's our great pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.